Hey, Tony Gasson here. Now listen, you got to help somebody. I was at a meeting with a gentleman, and I'm gonna introduce him to y'all one day. I met him at the NBA. He was the NBA executive, and so now he's transitioned to an entrepreneur, full-time, successful at what he does. And I'm talking to him about YouTube, to get him on YouTube, because he did a huge corporate transition, a corporate crossover. And so, but I'm showing him all the ropes, of YouTube, and helping him understand how his insight, his knowledge could be taught, on YouTube. For y'all that work corporate and y'all want to transition, it could be taught. And so this is the thing. And he got a couple other ideas, and we just talking and sharing resources and things of that nature. But I say that to say, you got to help somebody. Like in your job, if you've been doing your job 5 years, when somebody come in and they new, instead of just looking down on them like a rookie and just walking right past them, like go over and talk to them and say, hey, I'm here for you if you need me. You don't have to give them unsolicited advice, unless it's unsolicited advice that's gonna save their job. But go over and give them your phone number, give them your email, and say, hey, I'm here for you. You got to learn the ropes here. If you ever need anything, you want to do lunch or do dinner, just let me know, and I got you. Help somebody. Help somebody. And that's one of the things that we don't do enough of. And I honestly believe that God sees that, and I believe God honors that. And I believe God blesses us in ways that we can't really put into words. I believe we get blessed in ways that we can't really describe when you help somebody. Even when I'm shooting this video, when I'm teaching you what I know about men, about love and relationships, about life, about whatever, it's some people that know everything that I know. They know all that I know, so they don't need me. But if I've taken one more step in an area than someone else has taken, guess what? I have a little bit more knowledge than they have in that area, and what I share is going to help them. And you know what happens? God returns that. You get blessed from that. And so I want you to think about that and ask yourself, who am I helping? And stop discounting yourself, thinking you, and I seen something, I didn't get to read it all the way, but it was like, hey, I agree with what Tony's saying. The only thing I struggle with is just wondering, like, who am I? Who gonna listen to me? And that's a sign of humility. So if you humble, that means you call for greatness, because God can't use the arrogant. God used the humble. So when you question yourself and you doubt yourself, that's actually a good thing. So realize that that's a good character trait, that you question yourself, and then realize that you need to stop questioning yourself, in the sense of, or keep questioning yourself, but do the work anyways. I question myself every, who won't listen to me? Who am I to be telling people what to do? I'm 37 years old to be giving advice at 37. I ain't 57, I ain't 77. I'm 37 years old, but I say, you know what? I know what I know. And what I know, as I'm talking to people, a lot of times I'm talking to people older than me, in their late 40s, in their late 50s, and in certain areas, I know more than they know. So I have to realize I know what I know. You have to realize you know what you know. It don't matter your age, your race, your color, your creed, your religion. You know what you know. So share what you know. Share it on YouTube, even when it seems like ain't nobody listening. When it seems like ain't nobody watching it. Y'all seen the young lady, if you're in the Blessed Business Tribe, and some of y'all got to see it because the video was public for a little while. But the young lady from the YouTube channel that dealing with debt, and I interviewed her on Zoom. That literally came out of nowhere. She's in the Blessed Business Tribe. She invested in herself. This is the lesson. This is the lesson. She invested in herself. She joined the Blessed Business Tribe, which is $9.99 to $12.99 a month. She commented on a video. She know finances. she has done more in debt demolishing than I have. I did a bad video, talking about how when I had to give myself cash advances from my credit card to float my business. Talking about how, how you get a cash advance from your credit card when you need cash for something that you can't pay for with a credit card or what have you. Or if you got an account that it need to have a certain balance in order to not be charged, or for you to keep it eligible for the level that you at with the bank. And I was talking about that. That's robbing Peter to pay Paul, basically. You're paying fees. That's not something that you want to do unless you absolutely have to do it. So I'm pretty sure in my financial talks as a entrepreneur, it's probably a lot of stuff I say that she disagree with, because if she has a different experience. But guess what? She don't come in the comments to disagree. She ignore what she disagree with, and she say, oh, that's a difference of opinion, and she comment on what she agrees with. So what that is a lesson of not being a distraction, not being a beg to differ spirit, not coming on somebody's page and telling them what they need to be doing and what they need to be. So what that says is her spirit is humble. She has a humble spirit. So now you have somebody who's investing in herself. So I go to her page and she's shooting a lot of videos. And her videos, she had 242 subscribers. I remember it to this day. And she got good content. She teaching people. But because she happened to be in the right place at the right time, because she had invested in herself all the way through, meaning she had custom thumbnails, she created a jingle. That demolish your TV. That demolish your TV. It's catchy. Yeah, I be saying it in my head. And she created that jingle. What that showed was she is investing in herself. What that showed me right there is she's a millionaire in process. She's a millionaire in preparation. So the Lord said to me, be a blessing. Bless her because she didn't ask you for a blessing. Bless her because she didn't come on your page and promote herself. She came on your page and she served and she sold and she supported. 3 S's that I just made up. She served, she sold, and she supported. I just made up them 3 S's. It's in my chat. And she didn't come and beg. She didn't come and ask for an opportunity. She knew her place. She stayed in her grind. She stayed on her path. And that's who the Lord want to bless. That's who the Lord want to bless. Somebody who gonna put their hand to the plow and do the work. Somebody who not trying to take shortcuts. Somebody who not trying to skip the line. Somebody who not trying to piggyback on other people, on somebody else's hard work, on somebody else's audience. But somebody who gonna support and be genuine and just do their work. And so when I did the interview with her, and some of y'all seen it, y'all went and subscribed to her, guess what? Her content cannot hurt you. And what you don't agree with and you do different, it ain't gonna hurt you. If you seen her video, That Demolisher TV, and you did not subscribe, that's why your life is where it's at. I hate to be real with you. That's why your life is struggling. That's why you can't get the blessings that you praying for, because you selfish and you got a scarcity mindset. Because you don't want to see another woman that look like you do good. You jealous that another woman got a shout out from somebody online and you working hard and you toiling and you didn't get a shout out, and you come in and you in the Blessed Business Tribe and you didn't get a shout out because you were not seen, and so you don't want to subscribe because you like, well, who is she? What's she gonna teach me? I'm in competition. I need my own subscribers. I ain't subscribing to her channel. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're failing. And I hate to be talking to the devil in you, but I'm trying to run that spirit up at you. See, God like a spirit of support. God like a spirit of sowing. God like a spirit of service. Jesus said the greatest among you is the servant. We got to stop asking and start doing. Start serving. You see what I mean? And when we do that and we get that jealousy out of our heart and we serve, our blessing gonna come. Our blessings are gonna come. And so people invest in those who invest in themselves. So when I went and I seen this sister got a header, this sister got custom thumbnails, this sister got a jingle, this sister shooting videos, she going all the way hard, all the way in, and some of these videos got 0 views, and she's still going. Some of these videos got the 1 view of her watching it herself, and she's still going. God bless her. God bless her. God got something for her. But see, he gonna let her get the lesson and let her learn and grow at the bottom in the valley before he take her to a mountaintop. And she got the beautifulest view in the world. That's how life works. Help somebody. Support somebody. Serve somebody. Serve somebody. So I have incorporated this in my life. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, because it has forever changed my life. It has changed my life. And you doing what you could, like what I just did. I didn't give him money. I gave him my time. I gave him my time. I gave him my mind. I gave him a complete blueprint for his YouTube. And I'm not bragging to you about the gift. I'm sharing to you so you have an understanding. That's another thing. Get your spirit right, so you know the difference between bragging and boasting and sharing. Somebody, one lady, Tony, Tony, I like your videos, but I don't like how you always be humble bragging. That's your scarcity, selfish, nasty spirit. That you see somebody who humble enough to serve through video every single day and call a testimony bragging. That's your problem. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're at where you're at, because your mindset. See, this the hard truth right here. And this the truth I had to hear. Because guess what? I was a hater. I was jealous of certain men in the industry. I was hating on those men. But when I stopped hating, that's when God moved in my life. When I stopped hating, when I stopped being jealous, when I stopped arguing with somebody because I was jealous of their platform. See, a lot of time when you notice, when you want to argue, when you want to beg to differ, it's really your jealousy. Because we have disagreements with everybody. You got a disagreement with your mama. You got a disagreement with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister. You got a disagreement with yourself. But you disagree publicly in the comments, not because you disagree, not because you care, but because you jealous. That's why we disagree publicly. Because you jealous. That's also why we'll disagree privately, because a lot of time we disagree and not even subscribe to the channel. That proves right there we don't care. A lot of time we disagree and ain't even a part of the membership club. Don't even send no blessing. That show right there we don't really care about the person. We just want to disagree for the sake of disagreeing because we don't have their platform. I used to be on Twitter arguing with men who had a message who was bigger than me because I was jealous that they was bigger than me, that they had more followers than me, that they had more people listening to them than I had listening to me, and I thought that I was just as wise as them. So I would debate and refute their message out of jealousy. And when the Lord exposed that to me and let me know, Tony, you jealous. And that's why you broke, busted, and disgusted. Because I cannot bless a jealous, selfish, insecure, competing spirit. You need to have a servant's heart. You need to be selfless. You need to be confident. And then you can handle the blessings that I have for you. When the Lord showed me that, my whole life changed. So that's why I'm sharing this with you. Because see, a lot of times what I realize is that people made it, but they didn't give me the blueprint. They didn't share the real nitty gritty of the blueprint for their success, because it ain't what you do, it's who you are. It's not what you do, it's who you are. So what I want you to understand with this is about your integrity. This is about your heart. This is what I tweeted this one time. I say, when you see somebody doing the same thing you are doing, but they're getting different results. And when I say same thing, it ain't a one size fits all. What I mean by this is it's not the same if you've been doing it a year and they've been doing it 14 years. That's not the same thing. If they've been doing it 14 years and you've been doing it 14 years and y'all do the same thing, but they are getting different results, that's the favor of God. That's the favor of God, or it's the snare of the devil. And their integrity and who they are as a person and what they live for and what they represent will tell you which one it is. It'll let you know if it's a snare from the devil, which a snare from the devil look like blessings, but it's setting you up to get complacent in your sin, so that when you get to the highest heights and people believe in you, faking like you believe in God and you faking like you live for God, when you get to your highest height, the devil gonna push you off that mountain. And all of your Christians and all of your people that believe in what you've been perpetrating to be, they're gonna lose faith in the faith. They're gonna lose faith in the religion. They're gonna lose faith in God because you faked it, because you weren't who you said you were. That's a snare from the devil. Snares from the devil look like blessings. But see, the blessings of God, it addeth and it maketh rich, and he gives gifts and adds no sorrow. So with those situations, you're just gonna get better and better and better. It don't mean you perfect. I done made every mistake that every other man has made. Listen to what I just told you. I have made every mistake that every other man has made. Listen to what I just told you. I have made every mistake that every other man has made. Did you hear what I just told you? I'm no better than any other man. The difference was I changed. The difference was I repented and I changed. I didn't keep doing the same thing and perpetrating and pretending to be something that I'm not. The difference is I change. And so when you change, guess what? You get new results. The problem with a lot of men and a lot of women is God grants grace. So God will grant you grace to make a mistake, to do something wrong, to do something illegal, and not get caught. But when you take your grace for granted and you don't learn from your mistakes, you don't learn from what you're doing wrong, you don't learn from it, that's when you get exposed. See, just like John Gruden, he been racist and sexist, but everybody who looked like him has been racist and sexist. But had he changed and grew, he would have never got caught. He got exposed because he never changed. And see, this the thing. We all got mistakes. We all got a past. We all done did stuff. But you got to grow and you got to change. And see, that's what I want you to understand. So realize the proof in the pudding. And you got to get to a place. You got to get to a place to where you actually grow. And you actually change. And when you fix your heart, now you see I ain't talking on love and relationship because I'm in a different zone right now. So guess what? And I'm gonna share something with you about authenticity. My car pumping up. I'm share something with you about authenticity. See, right now, love and relationship is not on my spirit. This right here, what I'm talking about, is on my spirit. So I'm talking about this instead of love and relationship. There's an algorithm on YouTube, and I know the algorithm, and I know what works, and I know what get a lot of views, and I know how to do that. But I'm more concerned with helping the hearts of humans than I am mastering and manipulating an algorithm for money. So if I do a video that does not hit the algorithm and do well, but I know any video I do is gonna get at least 1,000 views. That's 1,000 lives that I have just touched. And many are called, but few are chosen. Everybody won't enter the kingdom. So if just those 1,000 people go on to be leaders, go on to be servants, go on to touch the world, change the world. If I could reach 10 million people a week, 10 million people a month, those 1,000 people, now you do 10 million times 1,000, we changing the world. So I would rather do a message that I know means something to me and that I know has something in it. It got some oil on it, and it get 1,000 views than to do a message that's gonna get tens of thousands of views. But it ain't really that important in the grand scheme of things. And see, this is the thing right here. This the thing that I know, that I understand, that you may not understand because you don't do this. So that's why I tell y'all, don't put my name in the sentence with another man, because I could see stuff that you can't see. And my goal is to completely separate myself to the point that if it's anybody who on the front line with me, I'm gonna know him or her. And we're gonna be separated from the masses. Cause see, I've seen men who y'all are put in the same sentence with my name, and if I look at their pages, I could see a manipulation of the algorithm. I could see playing to the game and speaking on hot button topics like narcissism, because it's a lot of people who care about narcissists and don't nobody really understand it fully, and it have to be diagnosed by a doctor. So that means only a doctor has the full training on what a narcissist is, because a narcissist is a diagnosis. And yes, narcissists are not gonna go to the doctor to get diagnosed, but a doctor is who is trained on it. The rest of us who know about narcissists, unless we went to college and we studied it in school and we got a degree and a master's degree, then we learned about narcissism from YouTube videos and Google. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Or you read a book about it, and if the book is not written by someone who has dedicated their life to studying it, then even that person don't understand it. But see, what some people will do is they will play on hot button topics. And they will talk about stuff that they fully don't really understand, that they understand it a little bit. So I'll do a video on grown boys, right? And people will say, Tony, you describing a narcissist. No, I'm not. I'm describing a grown boy, because I don't know what a narcissist is. You labeling in that. because of your research, but I don't know what a narcissist is, so I'm calling it a grown boy. Three reasons a man leaves a relationship. Tony, you describing a narcissist. No, I'm not. I'm describing the 3 reasons a man leave a relationship. If you label it a narcissist, that's you. But I'm not going to use a name in my title that I have not fully studied, nor do I fully understand, nor am I trained to diagnose that title. I'm not going to use that title, that name in my title, because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist that's degreed on that level, or a counselor that's degreed on that level to address narcissism. So I'm not going to talk about that. But I will see men who are not trained in that, who do not know what they're fully talking about, and they really could just be talking about a toxic male, but they'll use that word because that word catches the algorithm. It gets hundreds of thousands of views, and guess what? It makes more money. That's not being authentic. And that's where I draw the line. So see, I could see stuff in people that you might not can see. I can see if somebody really being genuine, or if somebody doing something more for the money than for the change, than for the growth. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. But see, that's where the heart of God come in. That's where God see what you're doing, and he know what you're doing. And that's why the blessings will look different. That's why the blessings will look different, because God judging your faithfulness. And everybody don't show everything, and that's right. We can't show everything because most humans are jealous. Most humans are mean-spirited. So we can't show everything. But God will bless me and put me in a position that I did not ask for and that I don't even fully understand. Do you know, at the stadium where I have a suite, at the stadium, my family have a suite. We the youngest family, and we the only black family. The other black families is the athletes that actually play on the field, that's making millions from football. That's totally different. But I mean, independent family that's not a pro athlete. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, God will do stuff like that just so that all of these businesses look and say, my logo is on the wall. It makes them look and say, who is Tony Gaskins? So they search on YouTube, they Google me. Then they get to hear the word of God. And they get to see the blessings and the favor of God. And see, God will minister and God will use you in different ways. So when I go to the NBA game and we sit in courtside, people gonna say, who is Tony Gaskins? And guess what? Then they're gonna hear the word of God. Then they also see the blessings and the favor of God. And what it does is it shifts the culture, because now everyone who comes in contact with me or you, if you on the same thing, and it's all relative, you could be blessed in your city, on your job, you know, at the level that you at in your life right now, you still could be blessed and set apart. And so people see that, right? And then they will say, okay, oh, y'all gotta forgive me how loud that AC was. Forgive me now. Hey, my video natural. Again, I'm not playing to the algorithm. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm being natural. I'm being authentic. It's a lesson in this. And although I'm telling you what the lesson is, don't think that that's grandstanding or proselytizing. I'm sharing this because a lot of times stuff right in our face and we can't see the lesson. So understand this now. They're going to say, well, who is that? And then they're going to see. And this is what it does. It shifts the culture, because they think for you to be a young black male, for you to be in your 30s as a black man, and to be able to afford a luxury suite at the Super Bowl champions arena, and to be able to afford a courtside seat at an NBA game for 20 games out of that season, they assume you have to be doing something illegal. You have to be a rapper or some type of music artist, or you have to be an athlete. They do not assume that you could be a legal entrepreneur with morals and values and standards. They do not assume that you can be a Christian entrepreneur that's not asking for donations, that does not take up tithes and offering on Sunday. They will assume if you are a Christian that you are a pastor and that you are and you're doing good on that level, that you are twisting the arm of your members to make them give more money to the church so that you can live a more glamorous and luxurious lifestyle. But to be an independent entrepreneur who is a Christian and not asking in every video for likes, to get the likes up. I hear so many YouTube doing that. It's like, shut up and do your job and people will like the video. Stop asking people to get the likes up and to hit the like button. Just shut up and do what you're here to do. And if your content is good, people will hit the like button. You don't have to ask anybody to be a rat in your maze. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Stop begging and do the work. If you do the work, the results take care of themselves. On Now Read Video, do you hear me open up? Hey, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And you see my subscribers going up. You see likes on the video. And you see comments in the comment section. You know why? Because I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. And that's that. So guess what? God will use you to show that his grace and his mercy and his favor is real if you're willing to do the work. You don't have to beg. You don't have to ask for a handout. You don't have to do none of that. Work on your character. Be a servant. Be a helper. Be a lover. Be kind. Be pure. Be patient. Be authentic. And it's going to change your life. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you.